Hello student, welcome to this session. I am Vasant Nayak from Canara Engineering College. In this session, we will see or we will study implementation of a JK flip-flop or JK master slave by using VHDL. So now, we know in case of JK master slave flip-flop, in case of JK flip-flop, it has got two input J and K, and output is Q and Q bar. In case of master slave, there are two JK flip-flops are used. So during the first cycle, master will work, that is, this is master and this is a slave. During negative cycle, slave will work. During the first cycle, master will work and provide the output as an input to the slave, and slave will work during the negative cycle. Here you can see, during the first cycle this will work, and during the first cycle this will not work, this will be disabled. During the negative cycle this will work. So this is the master slave configuration. Now moving on to truth table of JK. So this is the logical symbol for JK flip-flop. So here you can see input J and K and clock signal is there. So the truth table for JK is JK and output is represent the next state Qn plus 1. When both inputs are 0, 0, low and low, the output is nothing but the previous state or no change. When the input is J is 0 and K is 1, J is 0, low, and K is 1, the output is low and this is called as reset. When the inputs are high and low, that is 1, 0, output is high and it is called as a set, or flip-flop is said to be set. When both are 1, then output is the toggle of a previous state. Output is the toggle of previous state, and we know JK has got advantage over RS. In RS, when both are 1, output is illegal state or forbidden state, but in case of JK, output is a toggle of a previous state. So, and one more thing, the question is why we are using two flip-flops like JK master and slave in combination, that is to avoid the race around condition. So now we will see the implementation part. For the implementation part, first we will see the code of JK flip-flop. So student, this is the code for JK. So as I explained earlier, this contains first library declaration. We are using library IEEE.std_logic_1164.all. This contains all the functions whatever needed for our program implementation. Then followed by entity with the entity name. The entity name is a user word. Here you can see the user word is in black color and keywords are in blue colors. So followed by port. Port is nothing but a declaration of input port and output port, or input signal and output signal. Here in this case, since JK flip-flop is a sequential circuits, we are taking J and K and clock as input of type data type standard_logic, that is defined in standard_logic library. And second one is output is Q and Q bar. Q bar is represented here as QB of type out and of data type standard_logic. So entity should end with the entity and end with the followed by entity name. Similarly, now architecture. So the architecture with the architecture name of belongs to particular entity. So already we have defined entity here. Same name should be given here. So architecture always begin with the begin statement. Then it should end with the end statement with the architecture name. But here we are using process inside the architecture, and I told in my last session, process is nothing but it is used to execute a sequential statement. Actually VHDL language is a concurrent language, that means it will execute concurrent statement, but process whatever statement you represent inside this process always executed in sequential. So process is sensitive to the variable declared inside this this one, inside this circle bracket, round circle. So here process is sensitive to the clock signal, and clock is a user defined word. So process, in the process should start with begin and end with the end process. So in between you have to define the statement, and here you have to remember we have declared temp as a variable. So the declaration of variable should be done before the begin statement and in between process and begin statement. So here you can see if the clock is equal to 1 and clock tick, this is called as a tick event, clock tick event, then see clock is assigned with the binary value 1. So this is the way of assigning binary value 1 in between quote, and clock tick event. What do you mean by clock tick event? Clock tick event is something like so you know the clock signals, normally clock signal looks like this. So in this this one, this is called a raising edge, and this one is called as a falling edge. So the raising edge is something like there is a transition from 0 to 1, and falling edge is something like there is a transition from 1 to 0. This is 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. This is called as clock tick event. Tick event means either in the positive trigger or in the negative edge triggered. Either in the positive edge triggered of the clock or in the negative edge triggered of the clock. That is represented here by using a clock tick event. So, and you have to take now value is equal to something like value 4 combinations of jk. If j is 0 and k is 1, sorry, j is 0, k is 0, then you have to take temp, you have to assign that value for the temp. So normally it will be initialized with 0. Temp is equal to, temp is assigned with the whatever value there in the temp, that value only be assigned to the temp. Now you have to see, normally assign statement is a signal assign statement is see, we know signal assign statement is something like this. F is assigned with the value A. This is signal assignment statement. But here temp is a variable. We have declared temp as a variable inside the process. So for that the value is assigned by using this operator. The value is assigned by using this operator. Okay. So now else if j is 1 and k is 1, we know that is the last combination, j is 1 and k is 1, then temp is not of a temp, that is toggle. Else if j is 0 and k is 1, then temp is 0, that is reset. Else if temp is equal to 1, that is a set. So this is the combination. So let me repeat once again. So if j is 0 and k is 0, that is the last state, temp is assigned with the temp value only. Now if j is 1 and k is 1, temp is equal to not of temp. Else if j is 0 and k is 1, then temp is 0, that is called as reset. Else if temp is equal to 1, that is called as a set. So other than that, you need to end the if statement. So here end if and end if for ending the if statement. There are two if statements, we have to end it. Then finally the temp is assigned to output q, and q bar is the complement of q, that is nothing but not of temp, that is not of invert of temp. Suppose q is 1, then q bar is equal to 0. So this is the explanation of code. Now we'll see how we can implement this one in by using Xilinx. Students, as I told in the previous session, to implement this one code in Xilinx, we use Xilinx software tool, that is nothing but Xilinx design suite. So depending on the version, you will get the icon on the desktop. Tap the icon, double tap the icon, so it will open the navigator, project navigator. So if any project is open, close the project. So for time being, the project is open is nothing but the JK flip-flop only. Let me close the project by clicking on file option and close project. Okay. After that, on the left top corner, click on file and sub option new project. On doing so, it will pop up with the new project wizard. In that you have to mention the project name. The project name I will mention is JK. Let me mention the name JK flip-flop _2, something like this. So there is a restriction while mentioning the project name. You can use alphanumeric character, numeric characters, and you cannot use any special characters except underscore. So this is the project location. If you want to change the directory of the project, this one, then you can change it by navigating the directory structure. After that, click on next. So this will open with the new project wizard. This is these settings are related to hardware device. So we are going to program FPGA, that is Spartan 3E, and device is of type XC3525E250E according to the manufacturer, and package is this one, and we are going to program our FPGA chip by using language VHDL. Click on next. So on doing so, you will get the information related to the project. Click on finish. Now on doing so, you can see here, you will see here the chip is created. The name of the chip is that is name of the chip or hardware is XC250E, something like that. Then above that you can see the project name. So now you have to program this chip. To program this chip, you have to add the source file. To add the source file, right click the chip and add source file. Right click the project and add new source file. So when you add new source file, it will give the option in which language you are going to program our hardware chip. So here we are using VHDL module. Once again, file name, give the file name like JKFF_2. I will give the same file name and I will click on next. Here you need to give port declaration, or I mean you need to define port declaration. So students, you can see this is the code already written for JK flip-flop. So here I have already explained the code. So now we will directly execute the code. To execute the code, you have to first check the syntax, that is whether all the semantics are proper or not, you have to check. That you can do by using option here, synthesis XST. Click on that and rerun. When you click on this one, it will check for semantics error. If any error is there, then you will get red tick mark, otherwise you will get green tick mark. If you get green tick mark, that means our code is ready to generate the hardware. Once this is over, we will proceed to give the input to our hardware. So input to the hardware will be given by either by stimulus process or by giving input in the form of waveform, that is called as a test bench process. Total the process is called as a test bench. Test bench is nothing but giving input to the this one whatever developed hardware you are giving input, that is called as a test bench process. So now to give the input, once again click on the entity, right click, new source. This time you can select VHDL test bench, or if you want to just give input in terms of waveform, select test bench waveform, and here select the give the name for test bench waveform. So I will give the name JKFF_TBW. This indicates test bench waveform or TB, test bench waveform, test bench. So click on next. So we will give different name. JKFF, I will give some name here, 23. So it will use existing this one architecture and entity. When you click on this one, on doing so you will get this window. Here there is an option single clock, multiple clock and combinational. In the previous example, like multiplexer and other examples, half adder, full adder, we have selected combination logic, but flip-flop is a sequential circuit, so we are going to select single clock. And other than that, the clock I time, I will select here, clock I time is like 50 and 50, and other than that input setup time I will make it 0, and this one also 0, and this one also 0. Then test bench initial length or simulation length is 1000 nanosecond. After that click on next. So now we have already given the input here. For that you have to select behavioral simulations. That time you will see here this is the input we have given here. You can see here. So let me zoom it. So here you can see like this is the first one is the clock signal, and other than that J and K. First value of J is between 75 to 175, 0 0. Then 175 to 275, 0 1. That is J is 0 and K is 1. After that 275 to 375, it is 1 0. After that we have kept 1 now, 1 1 throughout the session, 1 1. I mean throughout this entire simulation session we have kept it 1 1. So in this way we will give the value J and K. You know how to give the value. If you don't know this how to give the value, please refer my earlier video. Now you should not give the value for Q and QB. So you should get processed value for Q and QB. Once this is over, then select here behavior simulation, then select this option, select this file, go to process, and here you will find the option Xilinx ISC simulator. Click on the Xilinx ISC simulator. Here you will find a sub option, that is simulate behavior model. So right click and either you can use run or rerun. So now you see this is the output waveform. This is the output waveform. Let me explain this one. You can put the marker like add marker. For example, like add marker is, put the add marker till here you can see it is undefined. Q and Q bar are undefined, means something like it is not defined. In case of hardware, you can see, you can make out either what is the output status or previous state, but in case of software, it is taken as undefined. Now here you can see J value is 0 and 1. Then that time Q is equal to, when J is 0 and K is 1, Q is output is 0, Q bar is 1. Similarly here, so here J is 1, K is 0, output is set, you can see output is set here, and Q bar is 0. Finally here both are 1, it is a toggle, you can see both are 1. Q is toggle of previous state. What is the previous state? You just see here, student, this is the previous state 1. So you will get toggle 0 and Q bar is 1. Similarly, you can see throughout the session it is toggling. Throughout the session it is toggling both Q and Q is toggling because we have kept J is 1 and K is 1. So this is the simulation of JK in VHDL language. Thank you.